Revenge is a dish best served as head chef. The day my rival chef smirked at my failure was the day I started planning, but I didn't want to ruin her career. I wanted to own it. Sienna and I came up together in the culinary scene. We were friends once, two young chefs with big dreams and sharp knives. But where I believed in collaboration and lifting others up, Sienna saw every kitchen as a battlefield. Her ambition wasn't to be the best, it was to be the only. The first crack appeared when we both staged at a legendary bistro. The head chef asked us to develop a special. I created a delicate ravioli with a brown butter sage sauce. Sienna, after accidentally tasting my filling, presented a nearly identical dish but with an innovative splash of truffle oil that, conveniently, she knew the chef adored. She got the spot. I got a consolation prize and a lesson. Over the years, her tactics only got sharper. She'd subtly put down my focus on farm-to-table ingredients, calling it quaint and unprofitable. At a food festival, she borrowed my notes for a live demonstration and used my talking points before I could, making me look unprepared. My friends told me I was being paranoid, that it was just competitive spirit. The final straw was the review. I had poured my soul and life savings into a small, intimate restaurant called Hearth. We were struggling, but we were building a reputation for heartfelt, honest food. A famous critic was due to visit, a make-or-break moment. The night before, Sienna called me, sounding distraught. She claimed a supplier had failed her and begged for a favor. Could she possibly borrow a few kilos of my specially sourced heirloom tomatoes for a critical catering event? Against my better judgment, my nature to help a fellow chef won. I agreed. The review came out a week later. It praised Sienna's newest venture, Apex, for a stunningly fresh heirloom tomato salad. A dish so vibrant it redefines the ingredient. My own review for Hearth was lukewarm, noting the food was competent but lacking a certain spark. I was devastated. We never recovered, and 6 months later, Hearth closed its doors for good. At an industry fundraiser, Sienna found me. She didn't offer condolences. She smirked, sipping her champagne. "It's a brutal business," she said, loud enough for others to hear. "Some people have the palate and some people just have heart. Shame heart doesn't pay the rent." She walked away, the tinkling of her glass sounding like a death knell. That was the moment I stopped being hurt and started being strategic. I knew Sienna's greatest weakness. Her ego made her believe she was irreplaceable. I also knew from whispers in the industry that Apex was a pressure cooker. Her staff was miserable, turnover was high, and while the reviews were good, consistency was suffering. She ruled by fear, not respect. I took a job no one wanted. A culinary instructor at a community college. It was humble, far from the limelight, but it gave me time. I quietly built a reputation not just as a teacher but as a mentor. I attended food sovereignty conferences, networked with ethical farmers, and wrote a well-received blog on sustainable kitchen management. I was building a different kind of resume, one of integrity and leadership, when the head chef position at Apex was suddenly advertised. After Sienna's entire sous chef team walked out, I was the only candidate with the stature to be considered. The investors were nervous. The restaurant's initial buzz was fading, and Sienna's toxic reputation was starting to affect the bottom line. In my interview, I didn't talk about destroying Sienna. I presented a business plan focused on staff retention, community engagement, and a new collaborative menu that honored local producers. I spoke of stability and sustainable profit. I was the antithesis of everything Sienna was, and that's exactly what the investors wanted. The day I was announced as the new head chef of Apex, I walked into my kitchen. Sienna was in the office packing a single box. The smirk was gone, replaced by a stunned, ashen-faced confusion. "This is my place," she whispered, her voice hollow. I looked around at the spotless, empty kitchen, ready for my team. "It was," I said calmly, "but you never understood. A kitchen isn't a throne. It's a hearth. And now it's mine to warm again."